everyone, and welcome to our community. This is Talk the Walk at Bharat Vaani. Today, our guest is Mayur. He is the business head for Superfan at Versa Drives. Hi, Mayur. Would you like to introduce Versa Drives and Superfans to our audience?
Thank you for the introduction. So my name is Mayur. I'm the business head of Superfan, which is one of the products of Versa Drives Private Limited. We are an Indian company. We started in around like 1989. So it's been more than 30 years. Our expertise is in motor control. So out of that expertise, we made a innovative product called Superfan, which is India's first super energy efficient ceiling fan. So what is special about this is its power consumption. A regular ceiling fan that we all use in our homes consume about 80 watts at its top speed. A Superfan delivers the same airflow and consumes only 35 watts. So there is over 50% of electricity savings. And this was achieved by using a different type of motor that's from a regular ceiling fan called brushless DC motor. So now this technology is quite popular. We released in 2012 when we were the first. Now in the next 9 years, the technology is a little bit more popular, and in the market, it's known as BLDC fans.
Yeah. Okay. So, what made you all think about coming up with the invention? Like, what was the need that you all identified?
So, Versa Drives is always looking to contribute to the society, and one of the key ways we contribute is being friendly to the environment. So the story goes back to about 2010, in one of the technology forums where our technical director was attending, certain government officers and NGOs kind of urged us to work on a specific problem, which is inefficiency in ceiling fans. At that time, there were about 400 million ceiling fans in India. So after the event, when our director came back, he looked at a specific paper, a research paper from a research organization in Pune called Prayas. So they had written about how ceiling fans are an overlooked appliance. In our homes, when we see a high electricity bill, we look at ACs. We look at our heaters, refrigerators, washing machines, but nobody considers ceiling fan.
Yeah.
Okay. But that's not the case. When you consider a consumption of 80 watts over 12 hours in the night, that's 1 unit of electricity, right? And most of the homes have 4 to 5 fans.
Yeah.
And as I said, it has 400 million fans. So they were creating a demand of 16,000 megawatts, and in India, electricity is still mostly generated by coal-based method.
Yeah.
So that's every ceiling fan consumes 1 unit of electricity. That 1 unit of electricity to generate pollutes our air by releasing over 1 kilograms of CO2, and about 2 liters of water is polluted. So there's a lot of environmental impact on top of the electricity demand that it puts on our grid. So when we learned about all these, we thought, okay, this is a project that we have to take. There are 2 reasons. One is the business. There is 400 million fans. So that's an obvious. And then if we make a solution that will have a direct societal impact, and it's huge. So that's the reason we started this project. And because our expertise is in motor control, we looked at the motor first to see if we can make a difference. And that's how we came up with a different motor design and made a solution which saved about 50% of electricity compared to a regular ceiling fan.
Okay. So how fast is the super fan from like the regular fan?
The fast is like kind of a wrong way to look at fans.
Okay.
When you have to look at airflow.
Okay.
Okay. So a regular ceiling fan typically runs at about 350 to 400 RPM. That's the speed you're talking about, and delivers 230 cmm, cubic meter per minute. That's the airflow.
Okay.
So what I'm talking about is a 48-inch ceiling fan. That's the most common size.
Yes.
So super fan delivers the same airflow at a lower power consumption. Like that consumes 80 watts at airflow. Super fan consumes 35 watts to deliver the same airflow. Because like inverter drives, there is one more thing. Like, yeah, we want environmental friendly, eco-friendly, and we want to consume less energy and so on. But we don't want our customers and consumers to sacrifice irrationally. Like just because you have to consume less, we don't want to reduce the thermal comfort, because fans is for thermal comfort, not to reduce energy consumption. If you want to reduce energy consumption, just switch off the fan. Yeah.
Okay. That's nice. Okay. So, is there any interesting story you would like to share with us that happened, either during this innovation or, during coming up with this, the Superfan?
There's like lots. And the major thing is Superfan revolutionized Indian fan industry. So as I said, like we were the first, right, in 2012. So till then we were a business which was catering to OEM customers. We will make motor control products and sell to other customers who are like OEMs. So we make motor control products for elevators, escalators, pumps, and so on. So when we made this solution, our target was, okay, now we will go sell this to Crompton, we'll sell this to Orient or Hayward's. And the first fan we tested was like, we made the motor, the inside part of it. We took a Crompton fan and took out its motor and put this and ran the fan.
Okay.
So then once we did this and we benchmarked it with other regular fans, we invited these large legacy brands to look at our solution. Some of them came to our factory. They looked at those results and they were very appreciative about it, but none of them were ready to buy the solution from us. I mean, we were planning, we will manufacture the motor and they can make and sell the fan, but none of them were ready. Thus, they cited, I mean, I'm just commonly saying these reasons. They cited, one, these fans cost a little bit more. They cost more than a regular ceiling fan. But the thing is, you get back the money by electricity savings. You kind of save half a unit a day. So over a year or so, or like about 18 months, depending on the usage, you get back the money. So their first reason was that Indian consumers are not ready to spend more. Even though they can get back the money, Indian consumers will not accept this solution. And the reason was there was no need for them to bring a new technology. They were all selling fans. They were all happy about it. So they didn't have any reason. So these
they
were the
find
two.
A need, basically.
Yeah, they said like Indian consumers will not buy it because there is no reason for us to bring a new technology right now, even if it is power saving. So, I mean, like the Indian fan industry had been trying to do something like this, but they were trying for a decade, like from early 2000s, but they were not able to get a viable solution until then. So because of this, like we were disappointed, but like we looked at our like starting point where we started. We wanted to make a change by solution. So we thought, why not we release a brand? So we released these
Oh.
fans, the brand Superfan.
Hmm.
So when we did that, we wanted to set these two reasons right. So we made the product in a way that people will love it.
Hmm.
So gave it a remote. So ours was the first ceiling fan that had integrated remote. I mean,
Nice.
with the remote will come, the sensor will be on the motor where you can see. We were the first to do that. And then we solved this problem of ceiling fans varying the speed. Like many people would have experienced, like
Yes.
you would set the speed at night before going to sleep. In the morning, they will run at a higher speed.
I experienced that personally.
Yeah. So that's because at that time, all the the factories in the grid would have switched, would have turned off. So food supply would have risen faster. So that's the problem. So we solved that. Yeah, in Superfan, you set a speed, it doesn't change.
Oh, that's nice.
And then we offered 5-year warranty.
Oh.
And people in ceiling fans, they offer 2 years at most. And then we gave vibrant colors. Usually ceiling fans will be white, black, brown, ivory. We made fans in pink, blue, yellow. And then the ceiling fan blades, our first model will look like a leaf. And our second model will look like it looks like a flower.
Wow.
Those kind of things. And our fans were directly compatible with inverters and with solar panels and so on. So we made it an all-round product. So people would love it. Okay. Because the reason they said is like people won't buy it, right?
Yes,
so we made sure people would love it. More than energy efficiency, there are other things they would enjoy.
Yeah.
And then we went one step further. So why are we trying to save energy? To save the environment.
Yeah.
Right. One is like if the country did not have enough capacity, we have to lower the consumption. Yeah. But like our country is growing, we can manage the demand most probably. But what happens is while managing the demand, we will affect the environment. So ultimately, it's about minimizing the environmental impact.
Exactly.
So our packaging does not have plastics or thermocol. It's completely cardboard and papers, cloth, and so on. First to do, and then till even today, we are the only ones who do this. Yeah. Now, in our manufacturing, we do the same thing. Like the suppliers, when they send the components, it'll either in a cloth bag or like a reusable container. So when we do that, we take it all the way. Our factory, like we have about like 50 species of animals and birds living in our premises. Because when we made the factory, except the building, rest of the space, we didn't touch it. We wanted to keep the ecosystem as it is. So even today, in the mornings, you can see peacocks crossing our factory. So pretty. And going to the woods on the other side, and they do the same in the evening and so on. So eco-friendliness is kind of a crux of our brand, and we take it all the way. So we did all this so that people will love us. And then the next reason, like the large brands have to enter into this segment because our aim was to make this fan penetrate the market, right? Yeah. Only we cannot do it. The whole industry has to have this technology to do it. So we wanted to bring them in. So what we did is we tried to create an environment where these fans are viable as a business and they would enter. So for that, we worked with the government. We worked with Bureau of Energy Efficiency, Government of India. We worked with Bureau of Indian Standards, Government of India. We basically help them write standards for these type of ceiling fans. Okay. These BLDC ceiling fans. And then we shared knowledge with all these agencies to kind of enable them to frame policies in a way that these fans will be accepted and viable for business. So in 2019, what happened was like Bureau of Energy Efficiency mandated the requirement for star labeling in fans. In ACs, we will all be familiar. There are 1-star, 2-star, 3-star, 4-star, 5-star ACs. But like in 2019, they brought the same thing for ceiling fans. And then they revised the requirement for 5-star rating. So only these type of fans, this BLDC fans, can be 5-star. Earlier, it was not the case. Because of these two, now all the brands, if they want to be in the market for 5-star fans, they have to embrace this technology.
Yes.
So they all had to come in. And in between that, like between 2012 and 2019, we did not have a huge success. Even now, many people would not know about us. Even I'm sure you wouldn't have heard about us, right?
Yeah.
But like, we were successful in pockets. In certain places, we are very popular. We compete with the large brands and so on. And in Tamil Nadu, we have a very good market share.
Okay.
I mean, that's where we are from.
Yeah.
From Coimbatore.
Yeah.
So those successes prompted certain new brands to crop up who were same technology. Okay. All these things prompted large legacy brands to bring about their own BLDC fans. And that happened in 2019. So in 2020, almost every brand had this technology. But what they do is they buy the technology from somebody else, or they buy the fans from China. That's one of the things that Superfan still has. Superfan is the only one which has the patented design for BLDC fans. And Superfan has the least import content of all the BLDC fans that's available in India.
Okay.
And we have the most field experience because our fans have been running from 2012. Okay. So another thing Superfan did was, so in 2020, as I said, everybody has BLDC fans now, right? So they have all reached where we were.
Yeah.
Or we. So 2020, we released a new model of Superfan.
Yes, yes.
That is like 30% more efficient than our earlier models. So it's like the way it is in 2012, when we released Superfan, our first model, we were 50% more efficient than other fans. So now by 2020, everybody else entered the space, right? In 2020, we made a new model, which is 50% more efficient than what was then the benchmark.
You're talking about Superfan Q, right?
Yeah, the Super Q.
Yeah.
That's right. So that won the Appliance of the Year award.
Congratulations.
So that won the Appliance of the Year award because it was the most efficient ceiling fan in India right now.
Wow.
So it consumes only 25 watts to deliver 230 cml. Okay. So the thing is, in that, like we worked on the blade. So first is we worked on the motor to reduce the power consumption.
Yeah.
The next part of the fan is the blade. So we worked on the blade. So we made a shape. We discovered a shape. We made a shape that reduces inefficiencies in airflow. So what happens is like at a lower RPM, you talked about the speed, right?
Yes, yes.
That time I said to deliver 230 cubic meter per minute airflow, the fans run about 350 to 400 RPM, right?
Oh, yeah.
So now Super Q runs at 240 RPM to deliver the 230 cml. So it's actually 100 RPM less. So how it is good for the customers or like the users is, I don't know, many people have this experience. I don't know about you. Like if you sleep under a fan for a long time, you feel tired if you're using it at a high speed because it keeps pressing you. You feel dryness in your nose, your skin.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay,
now that
so
you're saying
that is, yeah, so that is due to the high speed air.
oh,
So high speed and high airflow are two different things.
okay, yeah.
That's how air is flowing.
Hmm.
High, like how fast it's moving, right?
Yeah.
Airflow volume is moving.
Okay.
It is kind of like market has come to a point where 230 mm, that value is market accepted. People feel comfortable about it.
Oh.
To deliver the flow, you need not run the fan at a high speed. You did not move the air at a high speed.
Hmm.
So that concept, and we wanted to solve that problem. So we made a shape such a way that at a lower RPM, you can deliver the same airflow. And because we remove the inefficiencies where the airflow is turbulent and so on, all those things, efficiency also increased. So it's the same motor, but the efficiency increased. So overall efficiency increased by 50%.
50%.
So that's like kind of where we are right now. So what it is Superfan is about setting industry standards. We set the standard where others follow. So this is kind of like the overall thing about the story of Superfan.
That's brilliant. And it's a very inspiring one, I must say. Especially about the fact that, y'all are you're like eco-friendly from point A till you'll deliver products, like from your manufacturing till you'll deliver product. And that's a lot to see actually about a company, because I have noticed a lot of people claim they're eco-friendly, but the packaging is not eco-friendly, or the manufacturing their products over there, when they get the raw materials, their parts are not eco-friendly. So I must say this is very nice and this is very inspiring, and it's a great job, because right now, at least when this pandemic hit, everyone knows that we have to try to be better, either eco-friendly or towards the society. So that's great. Thank you. So can you tell us one incident where y'all were facing a lot of pressure, or something happened and you're like where y'all were under a lot of pressure or stress, and how do y'all overcome that?
So like even this, you're talking about eco-friendliness, right? So our packaging costs more than others. Okay. So that's a stress that we have. Like, you have to meet the market at the same price. So take the easy route. Okay. Of like, just okay, let's just follow the packaging that everybody else is using, because then you'll match. We applied our brains and tried to see how to minimize the cost and maintain our policy, which is of eco-friendliness, right? And we extend this everywhere. Say now, I don't know, like, are you using a fan now in your room?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Even if you like Superfan, we would, if like say our salesman talked to you, we would say, hey, like, you don't have to replace all your ceiling fans right now. All your ceiling fans to say Superfans, because the fans that you're using, right? It has a life. It has some materials that has gone into it.
Yes.
If you're throwing it away, you're wasting it.
Yes.
Okay. What we would say is, okay, replace your bedroom fan, which you'll be using the most, to Superfan or Superfan BLDC fans. Okay. As when your fans start to fade, like your fans, then you replace it. Okay. So even when we get, get into stress of selling, marketing, and other pressures, we stick to our policies, like, because our core thing is about eco-friendliness.
Yeah.
So that has to reflect everywhere. We don't compromise that. The way we cope up is, we have a belief that if we apply our, we're all smart, almost everybody's smart. So if we apply our smartness to it, we will find a solution. So we have that belief. That's how we cope up with pressures regarding all, say, these kind of things.
Okay, that's nice. So, what is your vision now for Versa Drives? What is the next thing that y'all are going to do?
So I'll talk about Superfan specifically here.
Yeah.
So Superfan created a revolution in the industry, and you can see like now, say, so whatever we made a change in 2019 that did not come into effect because of the pandemic. It is intended to come into effect next year, but whatever it is, like there has been a change, and that change, which we are assuming that it is going to have a positive effect. So there are still gaps in that. Okay, even though these changes have come, this technology has not become accessible to everybody.
Okay.
The whole the whole market segment.
Yes.
So one of the reasons for that is some inefficiencies in marketing and selling.
Okay.
So we wanted to make a change in that.
Okay.
So that's one. The other thing is our expertise is in motor control. So most of the appliances have motor in that. So we want to replicate this success or this revolution that we made.
Okay.
Other appliances.
Oh, okay.
So it'll be like super brand, and there'll be other appliances as
with the same technology, with a similar technology.
Yeah, like see, what is Superfan? Like Superfan is, I mean, like we are more eco-friendly than others, and that's our core. And we try to keep the customer or consumer experience at the center of it. We don't want consumers to sacrifice anything to do something good for the collective good. Like just because we want environmental impact to be minimized, we can't go and ask everybody to make sacrifices. That is not sustainable.
Okay.
That's our crux, right? So we want to keep that and expand it to other appliances.
Okay. That's nice.
And we have technology for it. So that's
cool. That's all that we have for you today. Thank you so much for giving us your time. It was a pleasure to hear about Superfans and like the innovations that you all have come across and done. Thank you so much for helping us and the environment and keeping it green. Thank you, and have a nice day.
Thank you.
And that's all that we have for you folks today. Thank you so much for joining us. If you're interested in many such innovations, don't forget to sign up at bharatvaani.in. And don't forget to like and share this video. Bye.